Hello, lovely, lovely people. You've got a pocket full of money and a head full of dreams. You want to come to the Philippines. Then do it. Don't let people put you off. Especially people there with a crab mentality. And there are plenty, believe me, and not just here, all over the world. And it's mainly due to jealousy and envy. Whatever you want to do with your life, like me, for an example, you know, many people said to me, Steve, what are you going there for? Why are you going to the Philippines? And I started questioning myself after I'd made my mind up that I was coming here. It's getting dark, people, so sorry about the light. And I was that close to cancelling it and then just to sticking with my humdrum life back home in England. And the only thing that made me do it was I was determined that if this was going to be a good move for me or a bad move for me, that wasn't for my friends or my family to decide. It was my choice. And then once I made that choice of coming here, and after all of, because people, you will get negative people in all walks of life, no matter what you do. It is his crab mentality, his jealousy and envy. You will not stop that. It's just part of human nature, unfortunately. And I was determined when I left England that I would not be a failure here. And I've come close many times in the very beginning. In that first year of being here was my hardest. It was my hardest time being here because I was scammed, as you all know, who's been following my channel. And I was at my lowest. But what kept me going was people saying, I told you so. I told you you'd be back, and I told you it was the wrong thing to do. That's what kept me going. And I'm so pleased I did. Because now I've got not a brilliant, excellent, fantastic, super duper life, but I've got everything that I need. I've got everything that I need here now. And I'm going to say this. The simpler that you are in your life, the easier you will be able to make a life here. And I don't mean simple in the head. I don't mean that. I really don't mean that. I mean simple as in being a simplistic person. Because I think when you come here, especially not knowing the place, like I didn't know the Philippines. I didn't do any research about it. I just come. And I was shocked in many ways. But I was like pleasantly surprised in many ways, just as equal as I was to, how's that work? And this, that, and the other, when you see all the electrical wires all in like a spaghetti across the roads and even lines hanging down at head height. I kind of, you've got to be open-minded when you come to these sort of places. You've got to be open-minded in, I don't mean live like a dosser. I don't mean that, but you've got to be open-minded as to take the rough with the bad. Take the good with the bad. Take the rough with the smooth. And if you've got that kind of attitude, you will make it work here. You will. But what I'm going to say is, always have some kind of income. You don't need a lot of income. If you've got savings, then you don't need that much of an income. Just something that's been, spoon-fed every month. Sort of into your bank account. Something that could be a passive income. And that way, you will have probably more than enough to do what you want to do. And the pigs are screaming down there because they are feeding them. It's feed time. Not for the people to eat the pigs, but for the pigs to be fed with their feeds. So they squeal. I will walk down here a little bit. It's getting dark, people. So this camera is it's not picking up the darkness properly, which is good. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do this video. You will get many people, friends and family, who will. It's jealousy. It's jealousy because they're scared to do something that you are planning on doing. And look, let's be honest about it. Does it make a difference if we fuck it up? Does it make a difference? At least we tried. At least we tried. But, the way that I am and the way that I'm built, I won't let people say to me, I knew it was going to fail for you, Steve. I'm not that kind of person. So I would stick it out, even if I hated it, until there was such a time when I thought, well, I'm going to go home now, because they think I've been here for a long time, it's all good. But I don't hate it here. I've learned to love the place. For all of its pitfalls. But it's just like having a YouTube channel. There will be haters. There will be jealous people. It's the same in all walks of life. It's the same in your job. You might have a really, really good job, but there will be some people bringing you down for that job. And also here, when these Filipino, these overseas Filipino workers, they send money home, and I was a guy down the road who my wife knows his wife, and their daughter works in Saudi, and she sends money back every month. And the mother's happy with that, but the father apparently says, oh, she's greedy, she's kodiput, she doesn't send enough. Do you see what I mean? It's sometimes you can never do enough for people to be accepted for what you do. So my philosophy is, do what you want to do. Don't try and please people all the time. Don't try and please everybody, because you're never going to do it. And the more you try, the more that they will expect from you. And this is my philosophy in life. It hasn't always been that way, but it certainly is now. And I wouldn't let anybody put me off doing anything that I chose to do. And I'm saying this to you guys as well. If you're planning on making a big move in your life, to the Philippines or to anywhere, do it. Because the longer you sit on the fence, the longer, and there's more chance of people talking you out of it. Do you know what I mean? Don't give them that opportunity to talk you out of your dream. This could be your dream. You don't need shitloads of money. You need enough, of course you do. You don't want to end up destitute and homeless, but that could happen to any of us. It could happen to any of us. We have to have little, safety nets there in place for that. But you can't put those safety nets in place if you don't know what you're going to do. And I think you got to jump in feet first, like I did. I jumped in feet first. It was like make or break for me. Right or wrong, I made it strong. And luckily, and many of these people out here, these foreigners, make it work. And the ones that make it work, in my observation, is the simple ones. The ones who are sick of their own countries because of different, things that are going on there. Or simply because they just, want to move out of that country, move to a warmer climate and move for a beautiful woman. I don't know. There is many reasons why people do the things that they do. We all do things for different reasons. When I first came here, I met a woman and all that, and that didn't work out, but I wasn't going to let that send me back to England. No chance. No way, Jose. No way. Because that would have made all of those people who were saying to me, don't do it, they would have been going, yeah, I told you so, so they would have won me. So I was fighting my own battle not to let them win me. And I won in the end, because I'm here now and I'm happy. I've got a wife, a family, and some broken appliances from the power surge. Still hasn't managed to get everything sorted with that. But got the lights though. Got the lights. Well, I've got a few of them anyway, because in Jellicoe they didn't have the sizes that's going to fit into my roof, into the ceiling. But tomorrow we're going to go into Dipolog and we'll go to some other shops. But who cares? It's happened, isn't it? You can't cry over spilt milk. It's one of them things. I think if you let things get you down all the time, you would end up like a manic depressive. Challenges are there. We've got to overcome them. And yeah, I don't like problems all the time, but I've always had some kind of problems in my life, like most of us have. It's when we learn to overcome them. Like my friend used to say, there are no problems, there are only solutions. I used to think, fucking hell, my life was full of problems at some point, but it's true. It's a true saying, isn't it? There is a solution to most problems. By the way, before I go, anybody heard any news about Steady Eddie and his condition? Now, if you don't know who Steady Eddie is, he was a vlogger in Thailand. And he made up his mind to live in Thailand, and shortly after that he fell sick, went back to England, was diagnosed with brain cancer. Now the last thing I saw was his friend called Chris, who did a little vlog on YouTube about him, saying that he's only got a few months to live. And I just wondered if any of you guys have heard anything about Steady Eddie. I think it was Steady Eddie Travel, Steady Eddie's vlog. I'd just like to know, if he's with us or if he's not. And Steady Eddie is a perfect example of doing things that we should be doing, because we just don't know what's going to happen. So that's why we've got to grab the bull by the horns and do what we want to do, not what other people want us to do. We can't go around pleasing everybody for the rest of our lives and sacrificing our own happiness, can we? We've got to think of ourselves sometimes, especially when we get older. It's important that we think of ourselves, because no one's going to think for us. I used to worry what people used to think about me. I did, really. I think, I won't do this, I won't do that, because they might think this of me. Now I think, fuck it. Like it or lump it. I do what makes me happy, this family happy. If people don't like that, then that's their problem. It's not my problem. If they want to spend negative energy on hating me, it's same as comments. Same as people who do videos about people. If they want to waste their lives and give negative energy about other people, then that's up to them. That's up to them. Why do you want to get upset over somebody else? I just can't understand that. But that's it, folks. Really, it's a very, very quick video on that. And I hope you're all taking care. But just take note of what I've said. Do things for you. Don't worry too much what other people think. God Almighty, it's your life. It's not their life. Take good care, people. God bless you. Bye bye.